Well, this is going to be one wild looking Ranchero. Hello again everyone, welcome back to another plastic model build. A few facts about the Ford Ranchero. It's made from 1957 to 1979. Several different generations where the body style was changed. This model is a second generation, 1960 to 1965. It's known as a Falcon Ranchero. When this was new, it only came with a 6-cylinder. Now I think this kid has a V8 engine in it, but the V8 didn't come around until 1963, but that's okay. The 1960 is a 1-year only grill, so it was changed in 61 and of course different body style in 1959. This kit's known as a Coca-Cola model. It does have a Coke chest and some Coca-Cola bottles and cartons that you get with it. So we'll assemble those two along with the model. Okay, let's open it up, look inside. White wall tires, Coke bottles and the cartons. So glass, and the headlights, taillights, decals, wheels. More body parts and chrome. Pretty basic instructions on this model. There's the paint colors. Wow, there's lots of colors. This doesn't have the individual suspension parts. They're all molded into the chassis, which is okay. We can still do some detailing there and make them stand out. We'll paint all the parts we can with a brush and then do some spray painting on the body. Quite a bit of slag on these parts. See those pipes? Almost solid slag between them. I was looking at these instructions. You do get some hood louvers, decorative roof that goes on top of the stock roof, cover on the bed, along with fender skirts. We're going to make this Ranchero look a little different, so I'll be adding all of those extra body parts. There's a firewall, and they call it a radiator wall. That's what it's called. You can see it right there. It says radiator wall. But anyway, we'll of course paint those black. And we'll also paint the inner fenders and the frame and all of that black all the way back to the firewall. So I think we have a plan together. Let's get started. Because this model is going to be kind of a custom build with all those hood louvers and the cover over the bed and the fender skirts. I'm going to spray the lower frame red also. And then we'll go back, paint in the suspension, the exhaust. Make it look a little different. A few parts painted. The interior, the dash, firewall, radiator support with the radiator, rear of the wheels. And I have all the motor parts ready to go together. We're going with these chrome valve covers. The stock covers are chrome also, but this just gives it more of a custom look. completed engine, and the manifolds mounted, and there are some extensions that go on those, but right there, but we don't put them on until we mount the engine into the chassis. The instructions said paint all of this black, but I chose to paint the transmission silver metallic. Next we'll do tires and wheels. And we'll be using these chrome wheels. That's the back of the wheels. Of course, 4 tires. Black wall out. There's not enough room to put a rear. I mean, yeah, you can put it on, but other than if we painted it black, it might look better. Okay, let me put a coat of black paint on the opposite side of these wheels. Then we'll put them together. And I want to make sure we get the edges as wide as those wheels are. Those edges will show. Yeah, I think I can slide this on the pick. Okay, let them dry. We can continue on with the tires and wheels. And we'll touch up these edges with the chrome pen. By the time the back of the wheel is dry, this chrome should be dried. All right, left the back side turned up to the glue dries, so let's put this interior together. Not much to it because the seat's molded in, door panels are molded in, but we did detail it some. Steering wheel on the steering column. And we want to turn it with the opening up. Okay. Well, I forgot these two. I'm not sure. I think they may be antennas. They go on the top of each quarter panel if I choose to put them on there. We'll get the body back over here and see what they look like. That may be a little too custom for my liking. Well, I don't know. Let's put them on there. This is going to be one wild looking Ranchero. I chose to put them with the center of them about at the back of the wheel well opening. I think that looks better than more forward. Anyway, they're on there. I just have the glue propped under the hood to hold it up in the front. I'll say one thing, it's going to be different. Front grille. After I painted the yellow in behind the for the parking lights, we do have these clear lenses that go in. No glue required here. The lenses were put in on top of the wet paint. All right, headlights in. Just put a spot of glue on each side. And of course, make sure we turn the seal beam the correct way. I guess that's to show you the paint choice. I have about 3 or 4 different shades of red. I just picked this one. It's called Banner Red. Washed, rinsed, dry. Time to put some paint on. All right, we painted the underside of the body, the bed cover, the hood, and the top side of the chassis. And after that paint dried, we flipped it over. Now we're painting the other side. After 2 coats of red, good coverage, and good shine. Well, the red was dry, so we put a coat of clear just to give a little more shine. So while that's drying, let's detail the bottom of this chassis. I'm going to paint the front differential, these 2 frame rails, and then we'll paint the rear differential and the 2 springs. Drive shaft will probably go with a silver metallic on it. Then the exhaust will be painted to gray to match the engine manifolds. Well, that turned out okay. Got to paint that drive shaft, but definitely a custom look with that lower frame painted red. This bed cover, if that's a snap fastener, chances are it would have a chrome head on it. Let's see, I'm going to do a couple just to see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that'll work. Chrome pin, so I'm okay with that. Firewall, engine, radiator panel, all installed and drying. The chrome pin, painted letters on the front of the hood. It says Ford. Painted what I think are the antennas there on the quarter wings. Now I'm going to paint the wiper arms. And paint the door handles, door lock, Ranchero letters on the side, the center of the gas cap. And I'm going to paint the Ford here on the tailgate. Okay, paint the latch on the tailgate too. And the little chrome on those hood louvers, just on the outside edges of them. Put on the tires and wheels, and the front ones seem okay. There's a lot of loose motion, but there's no way, unless you made some kind of a spacer to stop that. But they fit between the inner fenders about right for the body. But these rear ones are way too wide. I'm starting to cut this one off, but I can show you. You hold it in here, look how wide that axle is. So we may not have enough cut off. I'll finish breaking this one off, and we'll see if the rear wheels will fit between those two quarter panels. Okay, cut just a little more off, and it's a tight fit, but I think it will go down in there. Well, I think that'll work. That's about even with the frame. The body will fit on there now. Let's put the glass and the interior in the body. We gotta let the glue set up, and we'll continue on. We're finished underneath the chassis. Put the two pipes from the exhaust up to the headers. Next, we'll put the body on the chassis. Well, definitely no glue required there. Good tight fit. Those rear tires and wheels do clear the fender skirts. Before we put the front grille and bumper on, let's see how the hood fits. The gap looks really good on each side. Rear taillights, they are chrome, but we need to paint the centers red. And just using my pick, just drop the red down in there. This rear bumper has two posts. I've scraped the chrome off. And we have two holes, here and here. So we just glue that into those holes. Gravity certainly helps out here while we're letting this bumper dry. Bumper and tail lights in. Front grille, just took a Sharpie and painted some black between those grids in the grille. Gives it kind of a shadowed look. Last thing we need to do are the rear view mirrors, and they're showing way up here on the front of the fenders. I think I like them better right here. So I'm not going to follow the instructions on those. I'm going to put them right here on each side. And there are the two mirrors. I've thought many times all the detailing I try to do on the interiors, and it's hard to see very much of it. And there's a cover with a chrome head on the snaps. And the hood louvers. Look at the engine compartment. I'm probably one of the few model builders that's used all of these custom body parts on a model. Toolbox, a couple of gas cans, a jack, and it's a Coke chest, along with the Coke bottles and cartons. So I am going to go ahead and paint all of these, and we'll put the decals on the Coke chest, and I'll just show you a picture as we close out the video. Well, that Coke chest and the Coke bottles and cartons, along with the jack, the toolbox, and the gas cans, fit in pretty well with that old Coke truck. What's our next build going to be? 65 Chevy step-side pickup. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.